in the previous video where we constructed this foldable, at least the first part, and we talked about domain and range, we created an X and a Y axis and found the domain, and we found the range. So I want to show you different notation for this because this is very elementary school, and so we need to ramp it up a bit. So what I've done is on the left side of my notebook, because I'm eventually going to glue this in on this side, and I'd like for it to be on the left side. So on the left side of the notebook, I would like for you to write notation for domain and range. So when we did our graph, I'm just doing a domain on this. But if this were range, you would use the same notation. Okay? So I'm going to do this two different ways. So the first way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to say that here I said x was less than -4, and here I said x is greater than -3. And you can see that because if I were to pick a number on this side of -3, such as 0, 0 is bigger than -3. If I were to pick a value in here somewhere like -5, -5 is less than -4. That's how I figured that out. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to write this in set builder notation. Skip a line because I'm going to do interval notation underneath here because it's kind of easy to see. So set builder notation, we simply are going to take this. So watch how I do this because I'm not going to do this in a particular order. I'm going to kind of mix it up. X is less than -4. We have a gap, so that gap means or, and then we're going to put x is greater than -3. So that was very easy. We could take it from this notation here, we put it here. I'm going to put a vertical line, and I'm going to put x in front of that vertical line. Then I'm going to put my curly braces, which we learned earlier means set. So if I were going to read this out loud, I would say the set of x such that x is less than -4 or x is greater than -3. Okay? Kind of wish I would have given myself more room to write that here, and maybe you can. But I'll write it. I'm going to kind of squish it in here. So it's the set of x such that, okay, and then we would have x is less than -4 or x is greater than -3. Okay, so notice here I do not have any equal signs in here. So that's going to make a little bit of a difference when I do the interval notation to the one on the bottom, okay? Because I'm going to change this one just a little bit. So if I were going to do interval notation, this is how easy it is. What is a number here on the far left? Well, the number on the far left is -infinity. So I'm going to write -infinity. Actually, first let me write interval notation. Interval notation. Okay? So this number here on the far left is -infinity. I'm going to write that down. Then it goes every single number up until it gets to -4. So I'm going to put a comma. That means until I get to -4. This is -infinity to -4. Can you ever reach -infinity? No. So we're going to put a curved parentheses-like thing. And then we're going to put here a curved one because it doesn't equal 4. Now instead of the word or, we're going to use the symbol U. And the way I like to think of it is there's a big hole here. There's a big pit. And that big pit draws a U. So that means or. Same thing here. Where do we pick up? We pick up at -3 And we keep going until we reach infinity. So we don't ever really touch -3, and we can never make it to infinity. So set for interval notation, if you draw a number line, you just pick up the numbers basically and put it in. So this means all numbers from -infinity to -4, or from -3 on up to infinity. Okay? So let me do the difference here. This one here I'm going to make it equal. So this one here I'm going to say x is less than or equal to -4, and this one is x is greater than or equal to -3. Okay, so the same sort of thing. Let's write down interval notation, and also let's write down set builder. I should write the word notation, but it's too many words. So the same thing here. For the interval, I start at -infinity. I can never make it to -infinity. But here, I can go all the way to -4, and it includes -4. So do you see how it includes it? This is how I think of it. I think of it as an equal sign with a stick holding it up. So an equal sign means equal, right? So with a stick. This means it includes. Okay? And then we have or. Now I'm starting at -3. Sorry, I should have done this. And it includes -3. So because it includes -3, I'm going to put this brace. And it goes all the way to infinity, but we never make it to infinity. So set builder is really no different, except up here, I'm going to write x. This tells me what variable I'm dealing with, such that x is less than or equal to -4, or x is greater than or equal to -3. Okay? So the interval notation and set builder notation are saying the same thing, just in different ways. So that's set builder and interval notation.